What's going on, guys? Today we're coming back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about 7 surprise NFL teams that could sneak into the playoffs. And with that, let's get started. With my first team, I'm going to have to choose the Tennessee Titans because I think Will Levis has a lot of potential, and they're looking for a new look team with a new head coach moving on from Mike Vrabel, and their offense looks completely different. They brought in Tony Pollard. They just look a lot better. They got J.C. Latham, and they're giving Will Levis more opportunities than he had last year, and we saw lots of flashes of what he could potentially be from last year. Next up is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and one of the key reasons is they have a lot better quarterback than they did last year, having Russell Wilson, and if he doesn't work out, they also have Justin Fields as an option, where that could really benefit a team where they have the great defense, and they have Mike Tomlin, one of the most successful coaches, to really just pull it all together and get into the playoffs and make a name for themselves. Next up is the Chicago Bears. Now, they have Caleb Williams, who, if he turns out, he could be one of the best quarterback prospects, one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in a while. I mean, he's being compared to Patrick Mahomes. They also have a great wide receiver room, and this would really help having DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and that would just really help them out. And even throughout them, this is the best position that a number 1 pick has ever been put into. An 8-9 team, I believe, something like that. That would be an amazing situation to walk into, and Caleb Williams is in that as number 1 pick. Next up is the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, the Chargers, they lost a lot of their weapons, like Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, but they still have Justin Herbert, a great offensive line drafting Joe Alt, and they have a ton of pass rushers with Harbaugh, who could take this offense where we've seen he's more of a running style. They have Joe Alt, who looks like a very good offensive lineman without even seeing him play in the NFL. So I really think this team could have potential to make the playoffs. Next up is the Minnesota Vikings. Now, they have one of the best wide receiver rooms with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. Now you get a quarterback who I see some similarities to Kirk Cousins, just a little bit more athletic, and you have a pretty good team. You have a good coach. The defense, I know you lost to Neil Hunter, but it will still be a good defense. Probably still I bet it'll be a top 10 unit, and I don't really see them doing that bad. They would have made the playoffs last year if they had Kirk Cousins. Now, if J.J. McCarthy turns out to what I think he will be, he doesn't have to do too much, but if he can turn out to what I think he could be, which is a quarterback who can get the job done, they will make the playoffs. Next up is the Indianapolis Colts. They have a young team, which would really help because young teams normally are good for a long time. Now, if Anthony Richardson turns out, which we didn't get to see him last year with injury, but he was playing good, he could be a very good quarterback. Jonathan Taylor, where he could go rush for 1,500 yards. Wouldn't be surprised by that. They were 1 game away from making the playoffs last year off of a dropped catch. That's all it was why they didn't make the playoffs. So yeah, I think they will make the playoffs this year. And next up is the Raiders. Now, they have Antonio Pierce, who he was having those players play for him when they had nothing to play for. He was getting the most out of them. I think he is a great head coach. They still have Devontae Adams, who is an amazing wide receiver. Their problem will be quarterback, but their defense will be amazing, having Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby rushing the passer. That will be so hard to defend, where you don't even need to have the best safeties and DBs. You just need to cover them a little bit so those Raiders pass rushers can get in there and disrupt the play and force bad passes, interceptions going the other way, easy points for the offense. And I don't know if it will be Caden O'Connell. It might be, or it might be a different guy. Well, we'll see. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.